Alright guys, good Sunday morning. Well, I am out here in the old D6. I have got to replace the starter. The starter's been giving me fits for quite a little bit now. It just dragging real bad. The batteries, they're new. They seem to be up according to the checking their voltage. The voltage is there, but that starter, I think the starter is the issue, so I'm going to swap it out. Hopefully it's the right starter. It's one of them deals, but hopefully it's the right starter. So anyway, but this is a swamp pond, the infamous swamp pond. This is the one that I cut the dam on, and I got all the views on. 130,000, I think, is 130,000 something's where it's at. But and then I went back in and remodeled it and pushed all the mud out and made it bigger, almost half again as bigger. So I honestly haven't used a D6 or needed a D6 since. However, I do have some jobs coming up where I'm going to need it, and some ponds coming up. So I want to get this starter replaced. Hopefully that is it. Hopefully it'll fit. Hopefully it's the correct one. So anyway, it's going to be kind of a boring video today, but we're going to give her a shot and see what happens. I think the batteries are probably down because it sat here for so long. I left the master switch on, so I'm going to try to get those charged up. But with a 24 volt system, it's hard to charge them with a 12 volt pickup, so you just about have to disconnect them from one another and charge the batteries individual. So that's probably what I'm going to have to do, and it's probably going to take some time to do. So yeah, it looks like it won't be long. We're going to have to get some sprocket segments on this old girl. So anyway, the joys of track machines. You just grab your money and you throw it at them. Just keep throwing. It'll eventually work out, but you just got to keep throwing money at them. So anyway, we're going to try to tear into this sucker and see what happens. Man, start hearing the geese. Wow. Well, it's getting close to winter time when you start hearing the geese. So well, we're going to I've had this off because I went in and cleaned all the connections. I cleaned the connections at the batteries. I cleaned all the connections, all the grounds here on the starter, and that wasn't it. So I've had this apart already, and it's kind of a pain in the butt by yourself to get this sucker pulled apart. So so bear with me here if I go to cussing a little bit. Got Mr. Milwaukee. That old sucker is heavy. It is heavy, but I gotta pull this bracket off here so I can get the door off, because I got to pull this bottom, all this off, which isn't hard. It comes right off. But man, I hope I can get to that by myself, because those starters are normally heavy suckers. So maybe try to help her a little bit. All right, let's get the rest of this pulled apart. Tell you what, one of the best investments I ever made is this thing. Yeah. I mean, one of the best investments. Well, there she is, that big old heifer. Right down there. So I've got all my connections. All my connections done, dude. Get that thing out of here. Hopefully I got the right starter. The starter came from a truck dealership. So I don't know. We'll see. It was for the application, but we'll see. So I'm pretty sure I shut the master switch off already. Yeah. I don't need any fires. So anyway, well, let's get done hooking some connections and see what we can get going here. All right, got all of my connections unhooked, and this is my weapon of choice. It's kind of a conglomeration of extensions that I had. Luckily, that first bolt right there, I was able to get in and get it broke loose. It wasn't all that tight actually, but there's another one off to the side of the solenoid, and then there's going to be one at the bottom. Those are probably going to be the fun ones to get. I left that one, I loosened it but left it in there because I really don't want to end up with a broken arm or a hand when that bad boy comes flying out of there. So if I can get the bottom one and this side one broke loose, so far so good. But anyway, we'll see how she goes. Well, I don't know how well you can see here, but oh, don't do that. There's so much. Oop. There's so much crap. around those. So much oil and dirt. Man, my old knees just ain't got it anymore. What the crap is that? Yeah, guys, I keep hitting that. Oh, don't you fall in there. I'm not sure that I got it broke loose. I couldn't tell. I think the freaking socket was spinning. I really need a swivel, and gotta be careful here because I don't want to screw up that bolt. Oh, that laid a little tight. Okay. Looks like my battery's getting a little low too. Yeah. Must be all of the extensions in there. Oh yeah. Yeah, at least it didn't go far. Those are those 12-point heads. Well, I have no earthly guide where that bottom one is, because I can't see it. There it is. I don't know. Doesn't seem too bad. I say that. Getting this here conglomeration of extensions and everything I've got on that might in fact be a chore. Man, I should have brought something, a blanket or something to lay down. Yeah, it's right there. Well, that's on it. If I can run my head into the engine block. Well, there's movement. Hopefully I'm not stripping that. No. She's coming out, so I'll just keep hammering away until something happens. Well, it sounds like she's out. Oh, dang it. Boy, socket's up against that. Come out there, girl. Come on. Well, that thing is, my socket's hung up down there on the bolt. Which is up against the it's up against the starter case. Well, I may have to see if I can come up with another socket. Maybe. Well, 16mm seems to work. Sorry guys, I keep bouncing you around and well, hopefully that bolt stuff will stay in there. I'm probably gonna freaking heavy as that bitch is gonna be. Prepare for impact. Well, and as I figured, that starter ain't anywhere as close to being the right one. That was what my biggest fear was. So, yeah, that's what my biggest fear was. Well, let's get her out of here. I'll have to have it, hopefully I can find my where the crap my bolt and socket went. I bet you I'll have to end up by sending this one off. Oh, sorry guys. I'll have to end up by sending this one off to get rebuilt, or I'll have to go to Cat to get it. I bet you. I bet you. What else won that freaking crane would be nice. Let's see how I'm gonna get that peckerhead out of there. Well, let me see if I got some rope. Maybe. See what we got. That's a problem that you run into. And the surely hold that, won't it? When you try to go, yeah, surely that'll hold that. Try to go and get things, you know, not go to the cat dealer and because it's so damn expensive. Gotta love it. Heavy son bitches. Voila! Voila! Now, there is a possibility I can change his nose cone. I just seen that. So not all's lost yet. Get my damn socket out of there. So not all's lost yet. every time I got my sexy headlight on here, my Milwaukee headlight. No, I'm not sponsored by Milwaukee. Wished I was, but hey. Well, let's take this heifer over there and see if we can switch those nose cones out. And I'm telling you right now, I am not looking forward to trying to get that heifer back in there. And I didn't bring any ratchet straps. So, yeah. I foresee this being an absolute joy. Yeah, the nose cone is removable on this. And I think this is a I think that's a Delco starter like I'm putting on it, I think. Well, let's look. These starters here, I don't think it's going to work because that's totally different. Shit. These are the smaller high torque starters. And nose cone will come off there, but it's got that big support bar there. All right, well, I'm back. I called a buddy of mine who's got the trucking company. He's a mechanic at the trucking company. He seems to think it'll work. He says because this is a high torque starter, they don't have the nose cones on them. And this the Bendix should kick out far enough to engage the flywheel like this one. He said throw it on there and see if it works, and then we would go from there. So I'm going to do that. I've got to clock it. I've got to clock it over just one hole because where the ear is here, where the ear is here. So I've got to take and come over one hole, and that should get us. That should get us pretty close. So anyway, I'm gonna do that. Okay, as I mentioned earlier, he seems to think it's gonna work. So I'm gonna try to wrestle this, try to wrestle the turkey in there. And this one weighs, again, this is a high torque starter. This is the old style. Need a crane, as you can see, to lift the sucker out of there. And this one here, honestly, is, I'd say half the weight, literally. So anyway, we're going to stick her on there and see if it goes bang, or if it spins her over. We'll see. Well, all right, let's see what happens here. There was a gasket on here that partially tore when I pulled it off, so I scraped it all off. And I've siliconed the starter and put a little silicone around it to kind of help. It should be dry enough. The reason why I siliconed the starter is because it's a little easier to get to. I just got to be careful now not to drop the starter down in all the muck, or I'll be redoing it. But I probably could have siliconed the housing there, but let's see if we can get this dude down in there. Again, this one's about half the weight of the other one. I just gotta keep the nose out of the dirt. Ouch again. Okay. Goodness, I wish I had a stinking wire brush with me, but I don't. These threads are nasty on these bolts. It's probably old anti-seize. So I'm going to try to slide that old turkey up in there, maybe. Like I said, there's no real good. See if I can get my leg off down in here. There's no real good place to. This is where having a crane would sure be nice. Oh goodness. Stay there, girl. Stay there. Already smacked my head a couple times. Well, she started. I just don't know why in the hell. Oh, why in the hell is not wanting to? I might try to go ahead and tighten these up a little. Upper ones up a little first. They went right in. Did seem a little cockeyed though. And I just do want to get that sucker going crossways.
And kind of went a little bit hard there for a little bit. Oh, goodness gracious. Man, I just don't want to push that crazy thing. Oh, that figures. Everything's not wanting to go right. Alright, guys. Well, I had to shut that off because I didn't want y'all to hear me saying some bad words. So, anyway. I was able to get that, I just swap bolts again, but I was able to get that bottom bolt started where I got it completely threaded in with the ratchet. So, feel a lot better about that. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and try to send them now, and it maybe. God dang. No room. No stinking room. Come off there. There's so many, I got so many extensions in here. It's just not able to get a good, solid hit on it because there's, like I said, so many joints in there. It just didn't. I'd really like to have them tighter. I really would. But I doubt very seriously I'll be able to get them any tighter. I just don't have any. No, not with my setup. I'll just have to, I'm just going to have to keep an eye on it. I definitely don't want it getting squirrely and coming loose, and there's just too much flexing. If I had a solid, which I have back at the shop, but I didn't mean to get it here. If I had a solid extension, I might be able to get a little more, but I doubt it. No. But because this is actually acting like a torque extension, so you know, that you see in a torque stick that you see in the tire shops. Just probably not going to go anywhere, but just to be, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get out of bed in the morning. Yeah, boys and girls, that's as good as she's gonna get. Hopefully, this is gonna work. I sure hope. All right, let's get her hooked up. A moment of truth. Let's see. I turn this master switch on. She may just take off. I don't know. Eh? Not yet. Started that good. Never. I mean, it has never started that good. I mean, I literally just bumped the key, boom, started. Try that again. Blue crap out of, I got it in my eye. It doesn't even sound the same when it starts. Wow. Well, he said that these are high torque starters. They're smaller, they're higher torque, they spin faster. I'm impressed. By the way, this thing hasn't been started. Pushing 2.5 months. This bang fires right up every time.
is amazing. Doesn't even sound the same. That's awesome. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Wasn't much, but anyway, mission accomplished. I think what I'm going to do is fly the drone over that pond, see how things are going. He said everything's doing great. It hasn't hardly even dropped at all, but I'm going to send the drone up over there and just kind of give a after, you know, see how it's doing. So anyway, at the end of this video, like I said, I'm going to have that drone up, fly over there, so don't forget to look at that. Also, a lot of good projects up and coming, so you know, stay with me on that. And you know, like I said, we're hanging in there. We're still, you know, still trying to do the best we can as far as getting videos out there. And I've been posting a lot on Instagram, so don't forget that as well. Don't forget to follow me there, and that's at Dirt Daddy 953. But guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here and kind of get back home and relax a little bit, being it's Sunday. But anyway, guys, I'm out. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe, leave some comments, ring that notification bell, and that way you know when I post a new video. So all right, guys, out of here.
Thank you.